Alright guys, so I'm going to show you a simulation tool. It's a really interesting way to present yourself to employers because when you practice, you often don't know exactly how you're going to be asked questions. So this is a really good way to simulate that whole process in a really cool way. So let's go in. Let's use one of my resumes. Um, this is specifically for Python developer role. So let's generate with AI because that seamlessly kind of makes the process easier. And yeah, so let's do a screening one because that'll be super critical to just simulate that first round before you go into further rounds. So let's start. Let's use the window. Alright,
Hello, Prithvi. Thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Let's start by discussing your experience. Can you tell me about a project where you developed a Python application? What kind of challenges did you face during development?
Yeah, so we faced some challenges when we were developing a sort of scraping tool as well as using Beautiful Soup. So we were scraping a lot of URLs. The problem came at with volume as well as consistency of data output results when scraping. So that's one place where Python development came in handy, but also came with some challenges.
That's a great example, Prithvi. Scraping large volumes of data can definitely present challenges. How did you handle data consistency and ensure the output was reliable? Also, did you use any specific techniques or libraries to optimize the scraping process?
Yeah, so to ensure it's reliable, we had a consistent format of output, as well as we're using cron jobs to make sure that the scraping is on consistent intervals. So all these factors combined help ensure consistency of the output.
That sounds like a solid approach. Using cron jobs for regular time scraping definitely helps maintain data consistency. Moving on to your technical skills, are you comfortable working with Python frameworks like Django or Flask? Could you share an example of a project where you used one of these frameworks?
Yeah, so one place where we used it is, as I mentioned, in the scraping tool, but also a lot of our artificial intelligence models use Python in the back end. So whether that's injecting prompts, whether that's having specific functions to make certain function calls on the back end, whether that's doing web agent scraping, agentic workflows, anything like that, we use sort of Python development as a key part of it. So
It's great to hear how versatile Python is in your projects, especially with artificial intelligence and web automation. Considering the collaborative nature of our role, can you discuss a time when you had to work closely with UX UI designers or product managers to ensure your Python applications met their requirements and expectations?
all the time, that's what we do all the time. So we have one integrated workflow with design, product, as well as deployment. So oftentimes the front end engineer, we call it a design engineer. So this kind of work, yeah.
Collaboration throughout the development process is essential for successful projects. Could you share an example of a specific challenge you faced during this collaboration and how you resolved it? This would help us understand your problem solving and communication skills.
Yeah, so one time, sometimes, if the design is not properly done in the code itself, just going back through that iterative loop is and clarifying the requirements is something we do often. So, yeah, just aligning the stakeholders.
It's great that you emphasize iterative collaboration to ensure alignment. Regular communication really helps deliver a cohesive product. Moving to another aspect, how do you stay updated with emerging technologies and trends in Python development?
Yeah, so one of them is consuming a lot of content on it. as well as being up to date with on X. X is a huge part of the
Staying
news on this. So.
informed through continuous learning is crucial. Engaging with community resources can also provide valuable insights. Finally, do you have any questions for me about the role or the team you'd be working with?
Yeah, so what would you say is your best part of the role or anything like that?
One of the best parts of the role is the opportunity to collaborate with a diverse and talented team, driving innovation across exciting projects. There's also a rewarding sense of seeing your code come to life and making a tangible impact on users. Would you like to know more about the types of projects we're working on?
I think that covers it for now, but yeah, it's very clarifying. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. If you have any more questions or need further information, feel free to reach out. Thank you for your time today, Prithvi.
All right.
The interview
thank
has
you.
concluded.
All right, guys. So basically, that's going to analyze my performance, how I did, how I communicated, and all of that. So, as you saw, it's a very interesting way to basically have an in-depth approach in all of these interview practices. So let me show you. So yeah, so hope you enjoyed that, and yeah, keep practicing.